So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go over the new rep guide. This is a guide that I go over with every brand new person that comes into our base shop. Understanding that when somebody brand new is coming onto the team, sometimes they can be a little nervous, they can be scared, they can be excited, a lot of things a range of emotions that they're experiencing. So I want to make sure that I put them on the right path to success and to succeed right from day one. I understand that when we're recruiting somebody, when they submit their IBA, that doesn't mean that they're in the business. For us, we need to spend 15 hours, and we've got 7 to 10 days to spend these 15 hours. And the new rep guide is what's going to allow us to put them on the right process so that they can score success and they can earn success early on. Right. So first things first is the new rep guide. I have it electronically, so I'll email it to them so they have it on their phone. I might print it out for them depending on who I'm dealing with, but I do want to go over this with them on a one-on-one basis. And so the new rep guide, if you look into it, first things first, it has a welcome, and I asked them to read that welcome. I do want them to let them know there's a welcome written by me, the RVP, that we are excited that they are on the team and what we're looking to do over the next 2 to 3 years here. Okay, so I will go through that welcome letter with them and just formally welcome them on the team. Now, when you're doing this, you're not obviously the RVP at that time, but you definitely want to let them know that we are excited about them coming onto the team. Okay. Now, this page here, really the second page of the new rep guide, it's extremely important. I do want to kind of talk to them about what to expect over the first few months here in their business, right? And so the first things first, we have these points that on here. There's 4 points that I'm going to talk to them about. The first one is trainings and events. Okay. All 4 of these are extremely important for them to have, again, to start on the right path, right? And to get off to the right kind of start or a fast start. So training and events. I want them to understand that I want them to make the plans to adjust their schedule to allow you to attend all classes, trainings, and seminars. Think of these as practice, and your attendance is vital for your success. For example, if we do a Tuesday night op meeting or a Wednesday night op meeting or a Saturday training, we expect them to be there. When we have quarterly events, we call them like rallies or builder schools or fast start schools, whatever we call the events, we expect them to be there. We don't ask a lot of things from people. We don't have like quotas or minimums. People don't get fired, that kind of stuff. But the one thing that we will ask is that they show up and that they show up consistently. We've never had anybody that missed that succeeded. It just didn't happen, right? On that flip side, we have a lot of people that were able to make that commitment and never miss and did really well. And a lot of those folks became RVPs with us, right? So trainings and events, I want them to understand that from day one, early on, that's kind of the expectation level for them, okay? Second thing is time commitments. Many times people don't really have an idea of how much time they should be spending in their business. They're usually thinking like a job, that will schedule certain hours that they need to work, and we don't really work like that. This is a business that they're going to work in, and so you will decide how much time you want to spend building your business. Our most successful reps have started by putting in 10 to 20 hours a week. The more time you put in, the faster you will succeed. And so this is the first opportunity for you to start making that change and that switch to understand that when you come on here, you don't work for me. You don't work for whoever recruited you. This is your business. You are the owner. And so any time that you spend here, you're building your future. You're building your company. You're building your business. And whenever you miss or whenever you decide, oh, I'm going to call in sick, you're only calling in sick on yourself. You're only hurting yourself by not being there, right? So make that time commitment. It's really going to help you there. Number 3, recruiting a team. This is something that I understand is going to be extremely new to a lot of people. Primerica pays overrides. You get paid on a team that you build, right? Utilize your trainer to start recruiting your team immediately. This is a privilege most companies never let agents realize, and you can do this now from day one. And so we're going to actually encourage you while you're learning yourself. We're going to build a team. We're going to recruit people for you. The idea is that when you get licensed 30, 60 days from now, that you inherit a team that we've helped you recruit through this time period, okay? And us as your upline, as your managers, it's our job to help do this for you, okay? And so that's number 3. Number 4 is, and then I always tell people, be careful with dealing with negative people. This single-handedly is one of the biggest reasons that derails people when they're getting started here. They're not prepared for for dealing with negative people. A lot of times when you're excited, you think everybody's going to be excited, everybody's going to be happy for you, and what you're going to find pretty quickly is that that we live in a pretty negative world, and most of the people are negative, and most people don't want you to make it. In fact, I'll read it to you. It says, "Don't be surprised that some of your closest family and friends try and discourage you from starting your own business. Many people will be intimidated by your newfound excitement and path for success. Understand that many people are negative and don't mean to be. Don't let anyone steal your excitement or your dreams away from you. My rule is, unless they are planning to pay your bills or show you how to better your own life, do not listen to them." All right. And I had an example happen to me early on in my career. I remember calling a family member, asking them if I could come over and show them what we were doing as an appointment, and they were extremely negative. And I remember how I felt when I hung up the phone. I really thought of contemplating about quitting before I ever even started. And remember thinking like, man, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to put myself through this? Do I really want to endure this? And when I was going to school or I had my traditional job, nobody ever made me feel bad like that. And but for whatever reason, we decided that I'm not going to let anybody discourage us from doing this. I'm not going to let anybody talk us out of doing this. And I'm so glad that we didn't. The choices that was a $1 million choice that we decided to stick it out and to do that, right? So in short, show up to everything, never miss a meeting or training, make real-time commitments, and begin to build a team from day one. Stay away from the wrong people, and you'll be on your way to success. I promise you that, okay? So the next page we have is how to get off to a fast start. And I think this is extremely important also, okay? And remember this, typically you only start once. And so the guys and gals that are able to get off to a fast start tend to have a much, much better career than the guys and gals that don't get off to a fast start. I think even if you could talk to most people and ask them if there was anything they could change about their Primerica career, they would say, man, I wish I could have started faster, right? And so now that you made the decision, let's get off to a fast start. So what to do first? Well, first things first, we want to make sure that you plug in to everything that we have that our team offers for you. So for example, we have some things that are extremely important. Like we do a Monday morning conference call at 10 a.m. We have a phone number here and a passcode for you to call in, and they're pretty short. They're about 10 to 15 minutes. It's a chance for you to get your head on right, a positive message for the week. And I understand a lot of times people work, maybe or you have school or you have things like that. We have a lot of people actually that call in at work. They take a break at 10 a.m. They call in, they listen in. Again, it's not like it's a long call. It's 10 minutes usually, is 10 to 15 minutes maximum. And so we want all of our team to plug into that as best as we can, okay? Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you live, we typically will have a weekly op meeting for you. And that meeting is, again, you're expected to be there, but it's an opportunity for you to grow your team, build your team. You can invite guests. You can invite potential recruits that you would like to join your team. You can invite them down to that. And those are usually, we start those at 7 o'clock typically. And then we do a Saturday morning training here in the Fresno area at 9:30, and those are kind of our product classes, our how-to classes, how to do everything from how to recruit somebody to how to explain our products and our services that we offer. Okay, so again, extremely important. Plug into those. You want to start, if you work on those time periods, try to see if you can adjust your schedule as best you can to be there as best you can. I understand you have lives. I understand people are busy and it's not always easy to do at the beginning. But if you at least understand how important they are and you're making the attempt to get there, I promise you'll be on your way, okay? Again, number 2, what to do first, make plans to attend all the trainings. I just talked about that and the big events. And number 3 is a big one. If you're married, if you got a significant other, we encourage you to invite your spouse to attend the trainings with you. Okay, it's important to have their full support and for them to understand what it is that we're doing here, right? And the best way for them to get a glimpse of that or to get a picture of that is inviting them down. In traditional corporate America, most jobs, they keep the spouses or they keep partners separated. It's a husband's job or it's a wife's job, and that's kind of how things work. Well, at Primerica or with us and our team, we really are the opposite, really. We encourage, we're kind of like a family oriented. We really, if we do team parties, it's for the husband and the wife. It's the families. If we do, meetings, a lot of times we have spouses that just show up, and it's a great way for them to learn. They don't have to do the business, but it's a great way for them to learn about your business and a great way, more of an opportunity for them to support you and maybe even help you in building your business. So we encourage them to at least show up to 1 or 2, and it gives them a chance to know us also, because you got to think of it from their point of view or their perspective. If you're starting a business, sometimes we're going to work in the evening, sometimes we might work on weekends, and all they know is that you're away from them and that you're spending time away from them. And if they have no idea who we are or what we're doing, they can maybe even get resentful or make it hard or difficult for you to build your business. So bring them around. Let them know that we're normal people and we're excited about them. Okay, so the fourth step is to make sure that you do your own financial needs analysis. For you to see our client process and the products that we offer our clients and how that all works. We want to take you through that process. It's important for you to see exactly what our clients are going to see. You may or may not need any of the stuff that we offer, but it's still important for you to see what our clients would see. And so if you're not a client already, or if you haven't seen our products or services or our F&A done, we'd want to do that right away. In fact, before we're done today, we'll schedule a time so that we can show you how our products and services work, okay? Our best representatives tend to come from our client base. That's because they understand how important our products are, okay? So we'll definitely do that. And then number 5, what we'll do also is we're going to sit down and we're going to put together what we call a top 50 list. We're going to put together a list of people that you know that you think that could benefit from the products and services we offer, people that you think that would be good at this business, people that you would like to have on your team as partners, people that you enjoy spending time with. We're gonna put this list together, and then we're gonna qualify it with you. An upline is gonna look over that list, and we're gonna identify a handful of people that we think are really good, so that we can help you get things like promoted, help you get trained, help you get paid, help you get your bonus, stuff like that. And so we'll definitely do that. We're gonna do that within the next 24 to 48 hours as well. Okay, and then the last thing here is our fast track promotion. We do have incentives for you. Your clock starts the day we submitted your IBA, your clock has already started. You have 30 days. What we want to do is we want to get 2,500 production in and 3 recruits in. And the 2,500 is life insurance production, right? And 3 recruits, those are 3 people that we bring on your team. If we do that during your training, you can qualify for a bonus, up to a $300 bonus, and qualify for a promotion, what we call a fast track district promotion, okay? And then your trainer is going to be encouraging through this process. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to communicate a lot. You're going to get a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages back and forth of like how we're doing, especially as we get closer to your deadline. Just reminders of the meetings, all these kinds of great stuff of what's going on. The more we communicate, typically the better your start and your fast track will be. Okay, so let's move on now. How to set an appointment. I have this for you here as well, because as we make that list, we'll go over this a little bit more the next time when we look over your list, but there are some scripts in here that you can actually start looking over. Sometimes people are nervous about making calls and talking to people about showing them what we do. I don't want you to worry about that. We actually have like kind of word-for-word scripts of what you can say that really, really will help you to have success during this process. Sometimes we have people that are not worried about this at all. They're not nervous about calling their family, their friends, or people that they know, you probably won't need the scripts if that's you. But if you are a little nervous, we'll definitely show you what to say, and we're going to teach you. We're going to train you on how to do that. Okay, so we have it in here for you as well. We have steps of getting licensed. Okay, the one thing I will tell you about our licensing process is this: is that we understand that our ratios are the people that when we recruit people, we want you to stay. And our objective is not how quickly can we get you licensed. Our objective is that how successful can we make you over we want you to be here 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 15 years from now. We want you to have a successful career. And so what we do is we have a rule that we want you to really see what Primerica is all about. The licensing class that people will have to take does not show you what Primerica is all about. That's just a formality you have to do that the state requires for you to get licensed. So what we say for our organization is that we want you to be with us at least 30 days or have qualified for your fast track, which is a 3x3. Okay, one of those 2 things, if not both, need to be done before we'll allow you to go into the class. Okay, that's kind of a rule that we have. And the folks that we have that do that have way much more success than the people that just go into the class. In fact, when it comes time for you to go to the class, you'll go into the class and you'll see people that have only been in the business a day or 2 days, and they're in the class and they are lost. And I really feel sorry for those folks, because I believe their upline is doing them a disservice. Those folks, chances are you won't see those people 30 days from now. 60 days from now, a year from now. And so that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a lasting business for you, okay? And so we have the steps on how to get licensed when that time is ready. Me as your upline, we're going to walk you through that process and to make sure that we do that. There's a state application, all that kind of stuff that we'll fill out with you, okay? So we'll do that there. And then our sales process, I do want you to kind of get a sense of how our sales process works. You know, when we sit down with a family, what we do is we'll take a family and show them what we do. We are very non-pressure. We are very education-based. In fact, what we tell people when we sit down with them is we say, look, all we want to do is show you what we do. If you see anything that interests you or anything you think you can benefit from, then we'll talk more about that, okay? And our products and services are extremely non-pressure on how we do. We believe it kind of sells itself. So here's what we do. We'll sit and we do what we call a first appointment, which is information-based. We show them what we do. If they like it, then we will come back on a second appointment. And at that time, that's when we'll prepare their financial needs analysis and we'll offer solutions to them, okay? And at that point is when we will start their qualification process for their life insurance investments, recruiting process, all of those things, okay? And then on the third appointment, we'll come back, and then we will wrap up everything, make sure everything's tied in. And typically at that point, we are working with a new recruit at that point because we love to recruit our clients because, like I said, they're the best people for us to be working with, okay? So we have that process. We also have what we call a mini F&A presentation, which a lot of our agents have learned. And what that basically is for sometimes we'll have clients that they absolutely know they want life insurance right now. In fact, that's all they're really kind of interested in. With those clients, we'll take them on a different process so that we, in one appointment, can basically start their programs, get them taken care of a little bit quicker. But not every client is ready for that. That is why we have our full F&A process, and now we have our mini F&A process, okay? So let's see here. Then also promotion guidelines. I do want to take you through this really quickly as well. This is extremely important for you. It's how you get promoted and what's required for you to get promoted, okay? And for our promotions, what you'll find with us is that during the training, the 2,500 of production and the 3 recruits. So when we go sit down with families, and as we're showing them this from day one, they're going to like some of the products we offer. If we do like auto and homeowners insurance for them, you're going to get paid on that. If we do like prepaid legal, you get paid on those kind of products because the certification, you're able to get paid on that immediately. But the life insurance, you're not able to get paid on that during your training because you're not licensed for that yet. But yet we do want you to see how it's done. Instead of getting paid on that, you get credit towards a promotion, okay? And you get credit towards a bonus. So if the production equals 2,500 during your training appointments, and we get 3 recruits, then you're going to get promoted to a district leader, okay? To become a division leader, which is a 60% contract, you need to do 5,000 of production and have one person on your team, one direct district leader. So you basically have created a district leader, promoted a district leader. A regional leader is a 70% contract, and that person does 7,500 of production and has 3 direct district leaders. And then an RVP is a 110% contract, and that is somebody that's done 10,000 of life production in 2 consecutive months and has 6 direct district leaders and is also securities licensed. Okay, so that's kind of the minimum. What I will tell you about this with our organization, we do have kind of an expectation level, though, of having more success faster. And so what our teams will do is they typically are bigger than the company average. And so our RVPs tend to do about 30,000 of production their last month minimum, and for them to get promoted. The ones that do that make $100,000 within their first year as RVP. So that's what we're looking at doing for you there, okay? And so, and then lastly, I'll just go through these for you here because I really want to set you up for success. It's what we call our fundamentals, okay? And our fundamentals we've got 10 of them, all right? And so the first one is to be on time. You know, we'll have trainings, we'll have events, we'll have stuff, and sometimes, you know, there's just things out of your control, like a flat tire or something like that will cause you to be late. But for the most part, don't make it habitual. Try not to be late all the time. Those folks tend to always be, you know, a step behind winning, right? So make it important. If it's important enough for you to be here on time, okay? The next one is never miss a meeting or training. You know, again, we talked about that. Guys, you know, when you start here, we understand that the chance of you knowing how to do everything is you're not going to know how to do Primerica from day one. You need to learn it. And so the more you come to trainings, the more chances you are of learning this stuff faster. Number 3 is always be self-improving. Okay, this is a self-improvement business, right? To be a millionaire, you're not going to be the same person that you are today. To be a $100,000 earner, you're not going to be the same person that you are when you start. And so we're always constantly working on yourself. So there's books, tapes, videos, training stuff, everything that you can get your hands on. Just inundate yourself with this self-improvement material, and you'll find that you're going to grow really fast. Dress for success. For most people, this is not a big issue, but I do tell this to some folks because sometimes we'll get people that come to our teams that have never been in a professional environment before, and because we are dealing in finances and the industry that we're in, we do need to make sure that people understand how to that they are judging you based off how you look. So you want to dress as professional as possible. Okay, always be prepared. Goes without saying, but just make sure that you've got your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Treat people with respect. We are a people business. One thing that I tend to tell people from day one is that, look, remember, when you recruit people, you're not their boss. Okay, this is a volunteer army. In fact, it's kind of the opposite type of relationship. When somebody comes on my team, I recruit somebody to my team, I go to work for them. So it's servant leadership. Okay, so treating them with respect is kind of a foregone conclusion, right? Always do that. Be competitive. We are going to compete with other teams and other offices and other agents, and there's trips and incentives, fabulous destinations around the world. And if you're competitive, it gives you that advantage to winning a lot of those things. We're always going to talk to our clients about the business. Remember, so we're always going to try to recruit them. Always communicate with your upline. This is imperative. You're not going to be perfect. You're not always going to do the right things. But the one thing that you want to make sure you do is always keep that communication with your upline. If you're discouraged, if you're not feeling great, if you're having second thoughts, talk to your upline. I mean, everybody's felt those things. Winning is not a direct path to success. There's a lot of obstacles and detours and all these kind of stuff, and your uplines they have a vested interest in you, and they will help you to stay on the right path. Okay, and then the last one is be coachable. A lot of times we'll get people that come here and they think, oh man, I have a business, I've had other companies, and I know how to do all this. And guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Primerica will humble you. It is like nothing you've ever done before. I promise you that. But because of that, be thankful, because it is real. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. So be coachable. Understand the people that have come before you know more than you, and so plug into them and ask questions. And if they're telling you to do something, it's in your best interest. Okay, gang. So those are the steps to getting off to a fast start. What we'll do now, because we did go for a little while here, what I like to do now is we'll start the process to start your training list, and so we'll start to put down some people for you, and then we're going to qualify that process for you, and then we'll see if we can actually get you out in the field and get you going here right away. Okay, gang. So listen, thanks for watching, and see you at the top.